is going on, everybody? We just got leaks for the Shonen Jump magazine where we got to know that the Black Clover anime is actually making a comeback with a gorgeous leaked visual. There's just so much to talk about. If you're interested in more content like this, make sure you like and subscribe because we're going to be digging into so much of the anime as even more information comes out. But let's go. So first off, let's take a look at this amazing visual. Like I love how it looks, and it looks so very flowy. The scarf and the wings, they look so worn out and great. It just feels like they're actually flapping in the wind, right? It's fantastic. I love how the artist has done this, and I really wonder who the artist is, because if you look a little bit further down, we get the character design sheets that look absolutely great. Because if you're a longtime fan, remember how the initial Asta character sheets look. This just looks so much better. The character designer has popped the F off. Like, it's so good. It's a monumental improvement. And man, look at my boy Chibe. I mean, that's what we call Chibi Libe, right? He looks so cute. It's great. I love the design on this. It's so clean. And oh my God, look at the image with Asta and Libe where Asta is looking at Libe. It's so perfect, man. And just looking at how great and similar it is to Tabata's design, I don't think we can be, any more happy with what we've gotten. And finally, we've got a QR code and some translation next to it. What does this mean? Well, it's hinting at a fully animated teaser that we might be getting this Sunday, because if you look at the QR code right now and scan it, we'll just be taken to the Black Clover website or the Shonen Jump YouTube page, which has nothing related to Black Clover yet. But since this is supposed to be coming out on Sunday, I think there's a private video that they'll be publishing on Sunday, and we could realistically be getting a full-on teaser for the anime. If you remember, for the movie, what they did was like they filled it up with over half of the video with just like manga images with really cool motion graphics for the manga, and then towards the end of it, we got some really cool pre-animated teasers for the movie. So I would expect something similar to that, but ideally, it would be so cool if we get like a fully animated announcement, or even if we get like a clip from the episode that they're working on, I would be so happy. But honestly, man, these are just a little bit away. It's literally this Sunday. It's Thursday night when I'm recording this, and Sunday cannot get here soon enough, but there's so much more to talk about, right? If you're a fan of Black Clover, then you know that the Black Clover animation quality has not been great. So ideally, even if they're announcing it right now, you'd expect them to be releasing it in 2026, but personally, it would be great if they actually release it in 2027. We waited for 4 years. It's fine. I'm willing to wait a couple more. Just give us a fantastic adaptation of the Fantastic Spade arc, because I'm just really sick and tired of looking at like the Pekuga moments in the Black Clover anime, right? I want really good, solid animation. And even if the animation is not great, I want really good art as well, so I don't want the episodes to be melting. And I really want the staff to take the time that they need to work those. But, given the state of the industry, I do think that 2026 is more likely, right? But the reason why I say this is because if you remember the movie, the Netflix movie, they actually delayed it and it ended up looking fantastic, right? But, again, regarding how the state of the industry is, 2026 is more likely with not a lot of prep time, but still, it's still more than enough compared to what they were working with earlier, because right now it is completely seasonal. That's right. So if you know anything about Pierrot, like that with the success of Bleach and the success of Demon Slayer and everything, they've abandoned the old weekly scenario, weekly releases, and Black Clover and Boruto were the last victims of that kind of release date, right, from Pierrot, because neither of those anime were doing great. But when you're shifting to seasonal, the question is, how big is the season going to be, right? Is it going to be like a split season where where you get with Kaiju number 8, where you get like half a season, like one core with like 11 to 13 episodes in one core and 11 to 13 episodes in the other core, with a year gap in between, right? Like, is it going to be a 21 episode season? Is it going to be a 24, 26 episode season, right? These are really important questions. Now, why are these really important questions? Well, these questions, if asked correctly and we get answers to these correctly, we get to understand how much of the manga this is going to be covering. Now, anime onlys, please click off right now. For the manga only people, now you know that the greatest plot twist in the entire manga comes through with chapter 331 with the great Lucius reveal, right? So if you ask me, the perfect season would be to start with the rest of the Spade saga and then ending it right when Lucius is revealed. That would be a fantastic closer. Just imagine the anime only's shock. They'll be going crazy. They want to read the manga. They can't wait for the next season, right? That would be amazing, right? And then they could start the following season, by which time I assume that the manga manga would be done right by then, because as you know, the manga is ending its ending. But realistically, if you think about it, it's most probably going to be following Bleach, right? We're probably going to get a 24 26 episode season, and if that ends up happening, we're probably going to be ending up with the post Hino arc, waiting for the Judgment Day arc, right? That's something like chapter 353 or something, I believe. So yeah, 353 is probably where I'd expect the anime season to end if they're adapting more than 24 26 episodes, right? And by this time the season ends, the manga definitely would have ended, so I don't think they'll be having to wait. They'll just continue with the next core, and the next core, just like Bleach, do like 4 cores or something, and then entire story, will get an adaptation with this sequel to the anime, right? But personally, even if they do a 21 episode, a 24 episode, a 26, whatever it is, I definitely do think that the Spade arc needs a lot of new content and original content to be injected into the story that we see, right? It can't just be a one-to-one adaptation. I really think that they need to expand, and like there's a lot of ways they expand. For example, the Jack backstory, it was so simple, it was so like small. He sees his dad die to an animal, he's just like, cool, I'll join the Knights, I guess, right? But then if you flesh it out a bit more, like, has he seen a Magic Knight do something else? Is that the reason why he wants to join the Magic Knights, right? Has his father said anything about the Magic Knights, right? These are things, if you expand on, it would be absolutely amazing. And then of course you have the next moment in the story where the Magna flashback, right? The Magna flashback where he's training and everything. If they really put some time into it, expand on his relationship with Zora, the whole peasant connection, and like, maybe Zora's narrating Zara's life to him, and maybe Zora's expanding on how he got so powerful and he got so smart with the runes and arrays. Maybe that stuff getting expanded on would be great, because it would be like an even more expansion on the magic system itself, not just character or plot related flashbacks, right? Now, again, this is the most favorite part of the entire arc for me. It's the Noct stuff, right? The team really have to get this really, really, really perfect, man. And I think a really cool way to do this would be to actually expand on the backstory that we got between him and his brother and Yami, right? Like even Jack showed up in that flashback for a little bit. But if you expand all that, and as you know, later on Morgan comes back, so it would hit really, really hard if we got like a small arc or something, right? Even if we get an entire episode or two, just like how they did for Yuno, right? If you remember, Yuno's backstory entirely was completely anime original in a lot of ways, and a couple of spreads they took and they expanded it out into an entire episode. But over here we get like actual 2-3 chapters, right? So if the Tabata is involved in the production and he's actually able to give more insights into the timeline at that time, they could probably expand it into a really fleshed out backstory that would give us a lot more connection to Morgan and Noct and Yami and everybody, and that would be a fantastic thing to expand. Now the next thing would be ideally Nozel's backstory, right? We know this, it's purely just Aesir wishes Vanica and then Nozel's life, but how amazing would it be if we got an expansion on how Nozel suffered? We got it through fantastic artistic panels from Tabata, but this is the anime medium, right? You can't just like a couple flashes here and there, it's fine, but it just won't work as hard hitting as the manga does with as much screen time, right? So if they could expand on this, that would be fantastic as well. Like, why did he confide in Dorothy, right? So maybe if they could expand their backstory, like their relationship, that would be fantastic as well. Now the next character obviously is Langris. Like, this is one of the characters who just disappears, and the anime really gave us some flash into this, like where Langris and Yuno actually have a battle to see who becomes the next vice captain. That was amazing. And if the anime follows up on that with the training flashback, is like, hey man, I was training all this time while I was away, and even if I can't become the vice captain anymore, I'm really, really solid in this fight, where him and Finn will fight together. Absolutely fantastic. I really think that getting fleshed out would be ideal. And now for the biggest moment, Zenon's backstory. I know that everybody loves Zenon, but personally I really feel like his flashback with Alan was a little lackluster, right? Him and Alan are fighting this demon, and then Alan is getting in front, and then he just shoots Alan along with the devil without a lot more build up, without a lot more explanation. I just feel like their relationship getting expanded, Zenon's thought process during that moment getting expanded, would really work wonders for his character. And if you think about all this, all I'm saying is expand whatever's actually there, right? Not insert anything new. But I would really love if all these things get really expanded. And of course, I would love if they expanded Yami meeting all the Black Bulls, and even that Seke chapter. And if we actually got a Dorothy battle on screen where she actually lost against Morris. But again, like, I would love to see the dream magic being presented in a very interesting way, because if you remember that one original episode with the captain fight, they really did Dorothy's magic really cool, right? Because Dorothy does become relatively important later on in the story, if you know. So I really hope that these are the areas in which they expand. Now let's get into the production side of it a little bit more. No, as I said, it was not going to be PRO Films as predicted, but if BC is in full production right now, again, they wouldn't announce it if it's not under full production. It just means that the people who are going to be working on it are not going to be entirely new, right? It's going to be the same people that are going to be coming back. And, additionally, you would think that this means Tatsuya Yoshihara, who was the series director right up until the Spade arc began. He's a legend. He was on Chainsaw Man, the anime. He did fantastic work. And if you didn't know, he's going to be in charge of the entire Chainsaw Man movie. And I don't know if some of you guys know, but I know that he's been booked through 2028, right? So it seems really, really, it seems really sad that he might not be coming back. But the hope is that all the events that he's booked for through 2028, that BC is kind of squeezed into that as well, because he's a fantastic asset. He has so many connections, and he's just a legend as well on the paper, right? But honestly, even if he's not back, and even if the Bleach staff are not working on the anime, these are not really the problem at all, right? These are not at all a problem, because with enough time, we know how really, really solid the staff that we already have are. We saw how good the movie was, right? Even the ending of the Black Clover anime, where we got the bulk of the Spade arc, right? Like, yeah, there was some inconsistent art, but the Dante fight was just so good. And then the Liba versus Asta fight was so good, right? And honestly, like, it's not just the same people that came back, right? It's probably going to be even more people, because the Boruto anime, if Black Clover and Bleach are being worked on at the same time, the Boruto anime is definitely not being worked on right now. And since it's gone super quiet, the most likely scenario now, in my opinion, is that we'll get some of the core Boruto staff working on BC as well, right? So it's not all doom and gloom. It's going to be great. We're going to have a lot of people that are going to be working on it. So even if it is 2026, while it might not be the best potential that we see the Black Clover anime at, it will be really, really solid still, right? And as you guys know, like I said, it's going to be the same movie people, so it's going to be the same character designer and the same director, but honestly, they have a lot more experience. They were great in the movie. The only thing I really hope for a full overhaul for in the entire anime is going to be the art direction, right? The lighting in the anime was just always a little bit flat and a little bit boring and a little bit like bronze and brown, a little bit dirt colored. So I wasn't a really huge fan of the original anime, and even in the pre-Spade stuff, right? It was just too clean. It was just too bright and not enough depth in the art direction. So that's something that I really hope that they focus on, and they really give some importance to how good the aesthetics of the anime looks as well. Because if you guys have seen the One Piece anime, when it went to Wano, the aesthetic completely changed. And same thing for Jujutsu Kaisen. When season 2 came around, the aesthetic completely changed. And Bleach, of course, Thousand Year Blood War, the aesthetic changed. So I really hope that they do something like that. And with the key visual that we see for the Spade arc that we see here with the Asa's Devil Unit, I do think that there's something like that is going to be something that we're going to be getting our way. And the second thing that I really, really hope they completely overhaul is the soundtrack, man. We definitely need better OST, or even if we have good OST, the directors never used it right. And honestly, like, thinking about it, EDM, right, electronic dance music, has no space in this kind of story, right? It's a fantasy story. It's set in medieval times. It's magic. Why do we get electronic music? I was never a really big fan of that, and I know Yuno's theme is most people's favorite, but I don't know, it just never gelled for me. But the thing is, if you like, again, the OST people have also improved, right? The music director, she's like improved like crazy, because if you look at the movie music, oh my goodness, such fantastic work. Edward's theme, all the other Wizard King's theme, and most importantly, even in the anime, right, the Triad theme, Dante's theme, oh my god, it was so good. So I really do think that the music director has improved, and with Spade, with the whole gravitas that is required, I really do think that they're going to step up, and we're going to get really solid music as well. And honestly, like, if you guys are wondering about who the staff is going to be, and like what exactly, like, if you want more details, I just think that we got to wait until the official announcement on Sunday, man. We're going to get a full-on preview. We're going to get really good and animated stuff, and we're going to get even more information, and I just can't wait. It's been 4 years, dude. It's been 4 years. We've been starving, and I'm so glad that Black Clover is finally kind of gonna be coming back. And if the anime and the manga air at the same time, I'm gonna die happy. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be a happy camper. It's gonna be one of the greatest days ever, right? So that's about the anime. Now stick around if you want to learn more about what's gonna be happening with the manga. So that was a lot of amazing anime news, but the thing is, this August 12th, Shonen Jump is also going to be celebrating Black Clover manga's 10th anniversary. 10 years. I know this came and went earlier this year and we got nothing and everybody was super sad, but clearly we now know that they've been planning for something massive. And it's clearly not the anime, because the anime was announced, is gonna get announced rather this week, right? There's something else brewing, right? So from what we know, we got the Jump Giga cover, we got the Jump Giga color spread, and 3 new Black Clover chapters totaling 60 pages. That is a lot of content. I'm expecting the entire Yuno versus Lucius battle to come to an end here, and Asta to be back at the end of all said and done. But along with everything else that we've been seeing, we're supposedly getting 10 cool projects for the 10th anniversary. And out of these, and I'd assume that the anime that we've been talking about so long is definitely going to be one of those 10 projects. And the other one is going to be this amazing show of respect from so many different mangaka, 17 different mangaka, including the mangaka of One Piece, Eiichiro Oda, the mangaka of Naruto, Kishimoto, the mangaka of Bleach, Kubo, the mangaka of My Hero, JJK, Demon Slayer, right? All of these guys and like 10 other people, like overall 17 different mangaka, they're all going to be coming together to pay respect. Even Murata, the mangaka of One Punch Man, is going to be coming through, and all of these mangaka are going to be drawing a piece from the Black Clover manga, something in their own style. It's going to be fantastic, and you just love to see it. I feel like Tabata really deserves this, man. 10 years of striving for something amazing like this, and I'm really, really happy, right? And again, they said 10 cool projects, and I'm assuming the rest are going to be merged, but honestly, the best case scenario would be another console game, because we are starving. Quartet Nights came and went so many years ago. So a game like that, just upgraded mechanics and even more depth into the combat, it would be really cool. Or honestly, I would even take an arena fighter, because I love arena fighters, right? I love the Ultimate Ninja Storm series. I love the Dragon Ball games. We just need something, man, right? Like I would kill for an RPG, like an MMO, something like that. Create your own guild, explore the world as a mage in the Black Hole world. That would be amazing. But honestly, I'd take anything that I can get. And man, what a renaissance for Black Clover. We didn't have to wait as long as Bleach, but honestly, it feels like we've been waiting for decades at this point. But that's pretty much it for me, guys. Tell me what y'all think about the anime, and tell me what y'all think about the manga related stuff that we've gotten to know this time. And if you like content like this, make sure you like and subscribe. And with that said, I'm out of the way. See you.